Welcome back, guys, to another episode. We're grateful to be here. For one,
highly am blessed. Highly favored and blessed. Where it go?
Blessed and highly favored.
Big up Peely, babes. You want to get a special shout out to Peely, alright?
Yeah, we had a dialogue today, which was interesting. Maybe he will be on the podcast. Who knows?
Never know.
Uh-huh.
Hi viewers, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Good Vibes Only podcast. We're very honored to have you guys back here. Let me say that first. More I'm big enough on all where grows our progress. We started out roughly about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So more and give thanks to the progress. So I say I go on. You get to me and say we have to give thanks to the growth and everything.
Absolutely.
You see me? So just want big up on that here. So you have anybody you want big up on a special?
Shout out to everybody that comment. Mama Messiah with your paragraph.
Yeah, she left a long length.
Which you're gonna respond to. We try to respond to everybody, so continue to support us. Like, share, comment.
Yeah.
All of that. It
That's
really warms my heart to see everybody that comment and chime in. That makes me really feel like what we're doing is like we have a purpose,
Right.
And we'll walk with that purpose there. So
That's facts. Also, what I gonna do the giveaway this time in a podcast. We're gonna do the giveaway. You see me? So here what we want to know for the right now. We want to know go back and comment on at least 5 videos what we already post. 5 videos on YouTube that we already post, right? And then send with those 5 screenshots
of you commenting.
Also show us 2 more screenshots. One following us on Instagram and the second one following us on Facebook, which is Good Vibes Only Podcast. So from your seat, you're gonna see the big logo, which you see up at the corner up here, so you're gonna see that logo there, you see me? So once you go on any one of them, you're gonna see that logo there, and then you can inbox it from there, and then we're gonna decide, depending on where you're at, we're gonna tell you about the gift. So big surprise. We're gonna choose what the first 3.
Yeah. And then we'll let you know what the first, second, and third prize will be.
Right.
We put all that in the description and all on our social media. So yeah, that's something exciting to look forward to. We know we said that we're gonna do it. But time got the better of us, and we're gonna be like really diligent about that moving forward. So as you heard, do what you gotta do, you know, to win first, second, or third prize.
Alright, in today's episode we're gonna talk about jacket.
No.
Jacket.
We're not talking jacket.
In the American term, it's called paternity fraud. It's also in the Jamaican term also called paternity fraud.
Yes.
But in the ghetto where me come from, jacket.
And it's, you know what crazy, like, it's so common.
Right.
Like within the culture, like people openly state it, like if you're pitting you look like your jacket them get.
Yeah.
You know, females would say, some would say, oh, you sure say you're a pitney? Like how are you sure that you know it's your kid? So yeah, we're gonna touch on that because it's a hot topic this week.
It is.
I think it's so much that goes into it, and like discussing that. So we're gonna explore that today, and let us know what you think.
So yeah, we're gonna jump in it, you know. So we know we have a question, then we're gonna go through the dialogue and everything. But more quote like Peanut Dread did say. Big up Peanut Dread. A lot of time I use him as reference. You see me? More than mind one day I get him on that show. Yeah, man, I tell you, I'd be honored.
What him say? Tell him.
Peanut Dread say. See? These were the I word. The I say right now. Enough man when they get youth. You can't tell her you don't know if you're a woman gay pitney. and you have to take it or don't take it. You know, okay, you don't know if I hear one. And it really make me have to look into it and be like, yo, fucks, because, you know, you can still have your money in your yard, you know. And then you carry that come game. So we're gonna get in there. Before them even think they're like, yo, Johnny, a pick side and we done suicide him, depan and rate.
I'm here to
You see me?
consider all sides and not be biased.
Alright.
So yeah.
Alright, so based on some of the research and what we see, it said Jamaica is said to have the highest number of paternity fraud.
This is a statistic that's out there that we're not entirely sure if it's all factual,
Right.
but based on what we're just saying to how common it is,
Yeah.
like within the culture, I would not be shocked if
Right.
it's a high percentage.
Gotcha.
So, you know, and this stats came out in a video done by a MP that was bringing up that Jamaica had the highest number of paternity fraud. And I'm paraphrasing here. And we're going to insert the video right here.
You want to go to the video right now?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to take a pause and go to the video right now.
The cases of domestic violence that lead to murder are high, Madam Speaker. According to Dr. Herbert Gale, doing a study conduct here in Jamaica, one of the causes of domestic violence stems from paternal issues. Madam Speaker, as a legislator, I will be moving a motion for the DNA paternity test to be done at the birth of the child in order to determine fatherhood of that said child. This, Madam Speaker, I believe will stem majority of the domestic violence in our society.
Right.
Alright, so now just see it.
So yeah, so to paraphrase, he was saying that, you know, Jamaica have the highest number of paternity fraud, and that a lot of women, and this impacts, or this is like a really high reason why domestic violence cases are high.
Right.
And he wants there to be a consequence for paternity fraud. Again, I'm paraphrasing. So you saw us that we inserted the clip here.
Yeah.
And
him say it.
So he said that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So do you agree? Should there be a law about
paternity
fraud?
Yeah.
Implemented?
Because if you even look on it, me see a comment today, not today, but when this whole thing happened, that somebody has said even the US Embassy do the paternity test.
Right.
Because just like how you can show a mother is the child, most likely, because people can teach people pitney, but you have the birth certificate and she actually went through labors and she bore the scars. But when fathers are filing for them pitney, them do DNA test. And a lot of people find out them way there
that it's not,
that the child is not theirs.
Yeah.
So
I remember because it become a thing now, which and I think they should be doing it under oath. Meaning, my first child, Janario, when we had him, I remember the nurse calling me and said, "Sir, are you the father of this child?" So I was like I think she
you
was
took
rude.
offense to it, but it's like a legit
she was
thing.
rude because I was like, "Yo, what kind of question that? Like, you see both of us here, why are you asking me that?" You know? But come to find out, it was a thing that I wasn't paying attention to say, hey, you know what, this is a thing and it's growing. And she got a confirmation from me and a confirmation from my baby mom also to say, hey, he's the dad. And it happened with my second child also. So
it's like
crazy.
If they weren't being rude, it's just the way that the world works.
Yeah.
At this point, and that's how like the culture is set up. And it's not a rude question when time and time again we see this as like a issue.
Right.
So yeah.
All right. So paternity. So with that being a fraud, they do a thing called DNA test. Based on the DNA testing, then and result, it will let you know, like Murray said, you are not the father. Most of the time when damn people say DNA, it's like a doubtful situation where
it's almost like you tell them bad word, just like when I think the same stigma what DNA tests have is the same stigma that people have about STD. I can remember like asking people like, do you get tested? And it come like a bad word, me tell them, so asking for a DNA test.
Yeah.
Coming like a bad word, somebody I tell them, are you gonna tell them about something that, will really like set them off. So I like feeling them get when people think that if somebody were to ask for a DNA test, it's disrespectful.
Right. Here with that situation, because I probably feel like that question would arise. If how me feel about my two youth then. Whether if someone in the comment would want to type it and feel it disrespectful for ask me, or probably you want to ask me, or whoever want to ask me, it seemed disrespectful for be like, just like a man going to my father and be like, yo, you sure Johnny and your son? So let's say them say
it's a touchy topic.
Yeah, it's a touchy topic. So let's say them ask me, yo, those two boys are they your son? It's a tricky situation, because as a man,
you know what
the youth them born, yeah. The youth them born and you show loving, caring and everything. The youth them only know you as a father. Now tell me, 15 years, 10 years, 5 years down the line, if they're not your child and the real father their own, never their own, what you would have do? For me, I would have stopped. As a human being, I would have stopped being those child dad.
Interesting.
If that is the case.
But it's almost like some people are adamant that they don't really like dating people with children.
Right.
And that would be like a stipulation, or if somebody were to have the kid outside of the relationship, they would not acknowledge that. So it's like a thin line, and it is commendable on your part.
Yeah, as a grown
but I
man,
do feel people grown resentment in that issue because you spent money.
Yeah, man. No,
and
man.
you put in time.
For control.
Hey, if that's how, if you're gonna take the high road and continue, that's commendable. Yeah. But I just don't think that it's realistic for most people because they would be like.
No, I did not state it to say that I would recommend the guys to do what I do, or anyone in the situation. I say, yo, if they should throw that question at me, this is what I would do.
So would you tell them?
Would I tell who, the kids?
Yeah.
Not at the tender age, no.
So
would I change their name? Not at the tender age, no. When they become...
Yeah, I'm not talking like if they were young, but would you eventually tell them? Because the question is going to be if the parent is overseas and child is asking why can I be where you are?
Okay, I get what you're saying. Okay. So if a parent should, like the filing part where you talk about, like if them go so boom now and them do that, and then the youth and for them on and everything can, so like how would they break that down to the youth? The mother job, that man. That's the mom job. Big man thing. If there should be a DNA, who should pay for it?
The party that's asking. Naturally.
Whoever requests it should pay for it.
Also, I think in the video it was stated that there need to be some kind of fine, maybe prison time. That's kind of tricky.
Right.
But I do think
why tricky?
It's alright. Doing the DNA test is one thing, and you're finding out and then having them repay the money that you spent.
Right.
If you want them to repay the money. But if the child turns out not to be the father's and you send the mother to prison, the only other parent that child has at that moment
is the new father that he don't know. Basically.
That's if she knows who it is. Exactly. So
But
that
she should
child
know. Hey, let me tell you.
is childless.
Let me say this, man, because a lot of law we go on choose what we want to agree on and don't agree on. When a dad is not paying child support, that the court system reprimand that man, and it might go away for years, months, depends on how harsh that judge feel about him. Now let me say this: yes, it will damage the child life, but you have a lot of father out there where them baby man bring them go court, and with the father being absent more than he was before, that does damage the child life. Y'all don't think a dad should in a Jamaican need in the child life as much as how the mom needed? So how comes it right for the man go to prison but not the woman?
Okay, fair enough.
You get what I say? So of course, so these judges, when you're making decision, don't want to sentence a mom because she's the mother of a child, but sentence the dad because he's the father of the child. Think how
Split
stupid
justice.
that make. Yeah. If you're not gonna sentence the mom, don't sentence the dad. Give him some community service or something. Make him stay in the child life and make him have to work twice as hard to stay out the road. Do something like that.
Likewise, it's like, all right, they get jail time if they don't pay up child support, right?
Yeah.
So there is a step before jail time.
Find the money.
Exactly.
What if he can't find the money? Judge don't want to hear that.
Well, I don't think it jumps straight to prison.
Oh, trust me. It is.
Not all the
family
time.
Court. Me got family court already. Not my baby mother carry me got family court. Me did it.
But I'm saying it's not all the time, because it depends on the judge that you meet, because some understand that the job market is what it is. Now, when you find a job, they're gonna be docking your pay.
Right.
No, for the ones that owe tens of thousands of dollars and I do everything in a them way for not pay child support, you forgot prison.
So let me ask you something now. Let's say you give me a child and the child is not mine.
In the case that you know the child is yours.
Yeah, 10 years. Should there be a consequence where you would have to pay me back?
If 10 years and the kid is not yours?
5 years, 10 years, 2 years, 20 years.
Yes.
You think the court should implement that on the ladies?
Yes.
And the mothers. Alright, cool.
Alright, this is the thing where there's another article on Nationwide where a woman activist was saying that it's woman shaming, this law.
Right.
Excuse me. And she said some other stuff, which we're gonna put the link to the article in the description.
Okay.
So, from my understanding, it is like it take two for have a child, while giving somebody the child that's not giving the father a child that is not his is wrong.
Right.
But if you take it a step further, right, it's like the blame game we were talking about in the previous one, where the artist are blame the politician.
Yeah, the thing.
It take two for tango, because if you did a strap up,
right,
then you couldn't get a child. Not saying that the condom couldn't burst or whatever, and things don't happen. But if you did certain, so you was being extra precautious. Then what me I try to say is the blame is shared in you was doing risky shit and you had a child, or you was in the mix for have a child.
Okay.
So we get into this side where in this game where me gonna blame the whole of the woman, and then the woman come and say me gonna blame the whole of the man. But when it takes two to tango, so there's equal things on both ends that should be brought up and considered. So if there's going to be consequence for one, it needs to be consequence for the other.
Alright.
So when she was saying it's woman blaming, it's again throwing it back on the woman, right? Alone.
Yeah.
And that's the part that I don't agree with.
Right. With the paternity fraud, right? Which one that about? She said what the man said about the paternity fraud is like it's directional to woman
and she was saying that the statistics that he was using about domestic violence, it's again blaming the victim who is experiencing domestic violence as the reason why Mega do X, Y, and Z is because they give me a jacket, and that's not necessarily true.
Okay.
So I think that was the part she was saying. It even if you think about rape cases,
she should point it out.
I think it was the media that took the headline or the most biting part of that article and put it there.
Yeah.
And I don't think most people penny the full article to hear exactly what she said and how she said it.
Gotcha. Listen, me not condone woman violence. So me not gonna put a but on it and say but. Because it's like having a conversation, once I say, hey, me's not a killer, but you know, like just I use an example right there, so it's just like whoa, what you about to say?
You discredit everything.
You just discredit. So me not condone woman violence. No but no day after it, isn't it? Alright. Now we're talking about consequences on that. There was an also you call him a social user,
social media consumer,
and what them say. So the question was, what's the consequence for men who abandon a child? Meaning, like, you know, man and not take care of them youth and all of them things there. We see where someone says the man should get 25 years. 25 years to not being a part of his child.
Part that it's jarring or like will stick out at you, you know.
Yeah.
The aim is to create an environment where everybody play their part. And you're gonna sentence somebody to 25 years, so there is no chance of rectifying or building a relationship or trying to rectify what he did. It's like you're sending him away again. Right? Or you want to send the mother away from the child. When it should be let me backtrack, because I'm trying to be very solution focused and oriented, because we are talking, we are say it need for daddy, but it need for lay out in layman terms, like regular terms. How it go through, right? Me think moving forward, maybe there should be a consequence of paternity fraud, because sometimes women knowingly do it,
right,
and participate in it, and that's not fair, because you develop an emotional bond with the child. You know, you spending money, even though like you don't want to be just about money, because raising a child is not just about money, but it's like time and bonding and all that stuff where you can't get back if you decide to step away. And then the shame of if you decide to step away, or the guilt that you may feel if you decide not to be a part of that child's life anymore.
Gotcha.
And that feeling that you're walking with. So I do think it needs to be a consequences on both sides. And I do think the child support thing needs to be like worked out a little bit more, because I feel like each party is two parent, right? And it should be going towards the child. So whatever your need is, my child support money is not gonna cover your need as an adult. I'm sorry.
Yeah, cry wolf as woman when a woman always are getting the money, but carry on.
You have man will get child support too. It's less, but it's there. So I'm saying I'm making it equal. So whoever is getting the child support, my money is not gonna maintain your lifestyle. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
But if the kid is used to a particular thing and everybody agree that the kid is gonna get that particular thing, fine. But I don't feel like I would be okay if my money is being misused to maintain a lifestyle for you. That's not it for me. So it's like that needs to be rectified in terms of, am I providing receipts and all of that stuff? Just to hold each other accountable then, right?
Yes.
Just like how family planning needs to be in it again. Sexual education and something. I feel like now they need to start discussing paternity fraud. So when you're interviewing, when somebody is pregnant or whatever, be like, hey, like make it normalized then to talk about it. Like it's okay that you was enjoying yourself or you had multiple partners, but I do think I have to warn you that if you knowingly participate in paternity fraud and you had a chance to fix it at Jump Street, then the consequences would be greater because you were counseled by the doctor or social worker, or there's avid campaigns to let you know these things. And I know sometimes accidents happen, and don't take me wrong, like I don't want to be harsh, but I feel like people need to start being more accountable for themselves, man and woman.
Yeah. I just find it real dumb when a woman can say she don't know the baby father. It's like
people are frivolous, and again, people do risky stuff all the time. So it's like, how can you be having unprotected sex and I must know, say, one at a time, excuse me, something are gonna jump off and you're gonna get pregnant. So some people generally don't know, but you have to take a precaution. So if you're gonna have multiple partners, strap up. Get on family planning, even though sometimes them things is not 100%, but you didn't know, so you actively tried, because then you can't say to the judge that, look, judge, me the dep on this and this. So me never knowingly go out and be risky, and then I'm pregnant and I don't know whose kid it is.
Gotcha. Yeah, talk like have a backup plan. Alright, you pose a question, should DNA test be applicable if married? Could you elaborate on that for me?
So, because this was another question that some social media users commented under various posts about the paternity fraud.
Yeah.
And they're saying that if this should apply to marriage. For me, I don't have a problem, because then if it do from Jump Street, and then you can't say you never know, because then it's on the docket that you know. But it's tricky in a marriage because you're supposed to can't trust your partner, this, that, and the third. But hello, people cheat in marriages all the time.
May they do it?
So it's almost like it's gonna seem even more offensive in a marriage because of what the construct of society is saying.
Yeah.
But if this is a normal thing that, if this is a thing that is across the board and normalized, then it wouldn't be seen as an issue. Maybe a craziness matter, but married people, what do you think? Because I know it gonna rub somebody wrong, because if me supposed to be married to you and you alone me supposed to be intimate with, so therefore if I have a child, it must
be yours. Should
be yours if I didn't have the child before we got married or whatever.
Right.
So what you wanna think? Like, I think married people should be in this cast too, because
I like y'all saints.
And the crazy part is sometimes you see, I just one day I see one story where the man died, he was still married, the wife had kids, and there was an outside child, and him divvy up the money and land, so the woman outside and the child got something, and the wife was not happy about that.
It's his stuff, not hers.
Well, we don't know that, because if I go 50-50 in our business, then you take my shit.
There's no way he can share something in a will that's not his. The liar could never do something like that.
Well, they have to go through, but I feel like the wife was more upset about
she not getting 100% everything,
and the female that you cheated on me with is receiving benefits when it's not just where if I feel like she may have been okay if it was just a child.
She's just as she brought a child for the man just like the wife too.
So you think women should get things because they have a child?
Well, all right. So why the wife need to get things?
I'm asking a question. You can't answer a question
That's
with a question.
true. But it's like, come on. All right. So if he's gonna give one baby mom,
oh, there's a difference. It's the wife.
If he's gonna give one baby mom something,
it's a wife.
What's wrong with giving the other baby mom that nourishes child for him? That did a good job raising his child for him. If he's a kind individual, I'm saying, think about it. You know, this is us. This is us on the outside here having a problem. How this man angling business, you know? This
is not we. That was what the wife said. So this is not an assumption. The wife.
Yeah, I know, but you're saying that it seems like you're agreeing that the baby mother should not get anything. The man, baby mother.
I think the child should benefit.
Yeah, the child, yeah. So if it's the children need to get benefit, you're saying the wife should too?
The father left. I think the story was like he only left $1 million to the wife. And then the kids, there's a trust fund for all the kids that is monitored and they will get it at a certain age.
Yeah.
And there was another account that was opened up that went to the other baby mother that had more than the money that she has received.
Mm-hmm.
So that rubbed her the wrong way.
Gotcha. Listen, first of all, going out and cheating is it is disrespectful. So,
and especially if she invested her time and did everything that quote unquote you're supposed to do, and the favor that I've received was that. Like, ain't nobody gonna sit and be like, you know what, it's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. All right, that's there. To me, right, him going out while with his lifetime partner were together, while they were together, is already disrespectful. Not the first, first wrong bang that. From him go out and go have a child out the road while there with him life partner.
Mm-hmm.
All right, him develop some form of feelings for this baby mom on the side right now, having a child.
Mm-hmm.
Again, he can never share anything that's not his. I wonder if you understand what I say.
I heard you loud and clear.
This man couldn't know say him and his wife save and have $10 million and take fear money give him baby mother. It mean that it's his money.
And he chooses how to spend
it. And him choose how to do it.
Right, so it's
and
another dose of disrespect that you did when you're dead.
He did not do any disrespect. You're not.
How?
It's the man money, it's not the wife money. And the man money. If it was the wife money, the man couldn't do it. Could never. Me can't take care of my girl next girl.
Well, I know. Well, I.
That's what me say.
Said the man not dead. Said the man not dead.
Yeah.
Seeing? And you have a household and things to get done.
Right.
Right? You take the money.
Mm-hmm.
And give it to somebody else.
Right.
You not gonna look for me strange because me I give the money to somebody else when me and you together?
Right. Disrespectful. But what I'm saying is that my money or your money. Because we're gonna talk about the level of disrespect. No. Because if I your money, I need to shut my mouth. Right? I need to move on with my life. Or stay there with you. If I your money.
So then he should have gotten a divorce.
Right.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah. So me feel like the wife did know about the youth, but she probably there on there for the money. Decides that she nah leave. And then when the man dead now, the man right away. That's what I'm saying, babe. If it wasn't her money from the start, like why are you upset? Because the man can never get away for her money, you know.
Capiche.
Right.
So it's whatever decision they make. Yeah. Obviously some people believe that your money is your money and my money is my money. So
right. But even if him say, yo, my money, but may I give 3% or may I give 13% of my money, which is like the $1 million, and the kids them would get higher percentage because remember, it's his kids. These are the thing, you know.
It's a hard pill for that wife to swallow. Yeah. And I feel like it's no...
Yeah, hard pill. She got swallow something else when time the man dead.
Well, he already swallowed something else and now he dead and in the grave. So
meaning like she got move on to her next man.
He did move on, so it doesn't matter.
Then that me I say, so why she need the man money for move on? She should just be like, yo, him dead, he was a rotten piece of shit. And don't take him money. That's what I was saying, you know. You're vexed, but you still want the man money.
You sound like you have a vendetta, but we already see how, if that was him, how he would handle that. Next question.
May I have to root for the brothers?
Ain't no rooting for no brothers. I have
to root for my brothers out here, right? Peace, my brothers. Because
I feel like
no, a lot now advocate for we babes. What? A lot of people not advocating for us in this situation.
That was a one-off situation, and I feel like you have your ideas about marriage because you've always said there's no way that if you're married, somebody's gonna go away with 50-50. Because even with the Dr. Dre thing, you was flabbergasted, be like, why is she getting that money, or why she want that much money?
Right. This is why I'm upset. Right. All right. Listen me na bash wife. Me respect woman will stay and nurture child and grow them up. You get what me say? And stay a woman, run the house, and me believe, me like that, me love it. Don't get me wrong, you know. This is my thing right now, right? You do that, the kids them grow up adult. Because most of the time it happens when kids are adult, right? That's when things start get so on. Blah, blah, blah. Let me flip it. You build your company from scratch up. See?
But again, we're making an assumption.
Me meet you establish, you know. Me meet you establish, you know. Remember, you know, if Dr. Dre wasn't established, me not think that woman there would have there with him.
No, that's not fair because she was with that man before he took off.
No, I think I mix up Ice Cube with Dr. Dre. Ice Cube wife was there before him took off. Dr. Dre, if you watch about the show, you never see Dr. Dre with no wife. Dr. Dre and Easy.
So you're saying that she
came on after the man
it's your assumption because you cannot use that movie.
All right, my assumption
as a catalyst as to this was how it actually went.
That's why I said let's put it in your situation, right? If you are established before you met me, right, and you have $1 million $1 million, I say I call it $1 million or a millionaire company.
Multi-million dollar
business. Alright, cool. You have that. You establish. You rise yourself from the ground. My meter established already. See? Boom now, I come. Me not provide. Me not provide. Whoop me give some youth. And then you be like, alright then. I make the money, you know, I pay I got the office, so you get 3 days in the you get 4 days, you get 3 days in the yard and 4 days in the office. Me are the man. Me I stay home, you know, me I do where other wife would I do and them thing there. you cheat. Again, in that situation, I guess a Dr. Dre cheat because I'm
They never hear about that party.
Well, let's say it, you know, let's say them ready for divorce because Dr. Dre cheat or you cheat. You really think, say, the money what that woman asked from Dr. Dre, if you were in that situation, you would have think, say, your husband forget that?
Of course, the person will go spend the bigger money if you're going to be like, I work for this, I'm going to feel like that's the way of getting back to me. Of course, you're going to be like, damn, that's my life work and half I gone.
Okay.
But
what were you with this person with? What was she with Dr. Dre for? Was it the money or for love?
all right, it's almost like everybody know there's everybody receiving something. There's something, even you want to say a relationship is free will and whatever, but you're doing it to receive something. Love, security, financial, whatever the agreement was between the two. So of course somebody gonna be like, why I must give you half or whatever. But if you're home raising the kids and all of that, maybe that was a decision to be like, okay, you don't work because since my job's so hectic, somebody need to stay home. And that's a job within of itself, you know, because you're run and do everything mostly by yourself.
Right.
Which you could have been pursuing another career or doing something else, but you chose to be at home, take care of the kids, this, that, and the third. And for the times that I was busy and I was working, you were there.
Right.
So it seems kind of weird because I said, well, you're the parent. And if the next parent wasn't there, you would have to be doing it anyway. So it's almost like, should I get paid for parenting my children? But I helped you to be able to focus on your job.
Right.
I helped you, counsel you when you come home and talk to me about work. Me lift you up. When you go through your rota, maybe me help you do look at your work, then you look at paperwork and look at something and, you know, support you the way that you want it to be supported. Isn't there to be some kind of compensation a people for work it out, you know? Sometimes people ego get into it and be like, you can take what you come with. Or if we bought the house together and the things that are in our name, then we split it down the middle or say what you need for sell and go on by your business.
You have a point. But you remember the video I just showed you just now, right? I just showed you
what video
just now. So the man and the wife, they for 10 years, and she started cheating on him. They were married for 10 years. All right.
Oh, the kidney.
3 years ago, this man took one of his kidney and gave his so beloved wife. Listen, the man take him kidney gear, you know. And this woman, this man that do her nothing, you know, based off of what I see. This man that do her nothing, and this woman start cheat on the man after she get the man kidney. And then she come and the divorce lawyer them there and the table split and then I ask her what she want and she want the house. She want the piano. You hear her list out what she want in the divorce, you know? And them say what you want. The man say make she take everything. And I be like, whoa. And the man asks back for him kidney.
Right, which was the most valuable possession. So back to the story of the wife. But the thing is, how can you have compassion for this man in this story, which you had compassion for the next dead man who we talked about a while ago, but he was in the wrong from Jump Street. So if the man feel like say you broke this marital vow and the most priceless thing that I can get you back for, I want it.
Back to the list. When y'all are gonna get married, write it down on the list that if a person cheat, how much it gonna cost.
I caught you red-handed, fam.
You can't be red-handed there. Let me agree with you.
Okay.
But no, I'm going to say.
I'm saying
back to the list, babe. Back to the list. If you know, say, you go want compensation for cheating in a year marriage, as a disrespect. Start to, when you write your vow,
Prenup. There's something called prenup.
put it on your vow.
Yeah, the vow, and there's an actual contractual document called a prenup that you go through, and like if somebody leave before X time or
It
whatever.
just feels disrespectful signing a prenup though.
But if to prevent, because it's almost like, oh, we're getting
plan
divorced.
plan for that, you know. So,
But if you have an understanding, of be like, people are human and stuff happen, then
hell
if you
no. If you
Then
offer me a
if-
prenup, June, like, may I tell you something, call it up. May I tell you the God truth? You're crazy. Like, yo, me tell you. If you can't imagine you're ready for meet a girl and you can be like, if we should divorce,
then
Like, what may I do with
when
that
we
girl?
want the 50-50, then it shouldn't be a problem.
you write it down, man. Because me tell you, if me and you
So,
there,
alright,
and say
so
what a
what I know,
50-50, and I'm me the breadwinner, me electrician, my girl, you come pull wire upon your day off them. You come pull wire with me at night time. I don't have no problem giving you 50-50. Me and you
Alright,
go
word.
work. Me and you go work.
Word. This is
So, let's
hypothetical,
build this.
people, and we're just discussing hypothetical
Me the people
stories.
them know say you go pull wire but hypothetical. Let them know. If you
I don't know
want
part that me a
50-50, you
talk
go pull wire.
about. I don't know that me a talk about. And yes, I do. Get out of here, because I do help you pull wires and put up outlet and
work.
something there.
Yeah,
so
man.
now we're not talking about us
True, G.
specifically, but it's just for conversational wise for discuss these things, because it's like real scenarios that actually happen.
Right.
So it's tricky. So when it comes to like marriage and then people were single and all of that, I want bag of something.
Yeah, that's true.
No. Do you think the DNA test should be a part of, like, should it affect the birth certificate process? Like, until you take the DNA test,
Mm-hmm.
you could get the father's last name.
On the birth paper.
Mm-hmm.
It all depends because DNA is so expensive, and I mean if that become a requirement, think
That's
about
another thing
it. It's like a money making thing. Yeah.
To meds, like if
Yeah.
if the left
If
part,
they really enroll it to receive the birth paper, like that, they would have to drop the price on that where it can be affordable. You know, it's tough.
It is.
Just the conversation of bringing up stuff, bringing that up
It's
to a
so-
dad
yeah.
or something to be like, hey, you know, you need to go run a DNA. It's like,
But this
mad
the thing though, you know.
disrespectful.
It mad disrespectful, but when people want to come to America, then do it.
Yeah, people.
You not have a choice and you do it. So
People find any
how
kind
is
of money
it?
for come on, America.
Exactly. So if you gonna get a bus and you gonna come here and you can take DNA test and I think twice about it can do. And the disrespect can fall to the wayside because people do it for come to America all the time. So if you can do it for get a visa or for get a green card or for come over here, come do whatever, you
Right.
can do it normally. And you're not gonna take no this to
yeah,
it.
that feeling being married for 5 years. We have 2 kids, and I come to him and be like, hey, I want to do a DNA.
Hey, you see, if me sure, me
Know about
don't
your
know
sure.
say.
Yeah, me know about your sure. Me ask
Nah,
how you would have
me wouldn't
feel.
feel nowhere because me sure, so me never da have sex with nobody else. So unless God come down and impregnate me, then me gonna have a problem.
But me just you say you're not gonna feel no way.
Me not gonna
That's
feel
like
no way.
implementing that you're a cheater.
No, because this
If
is the
me
thing.
ask you for your DNA for my child, you tell me say that not gonna implement say you're a cheater.
What do you mean? Before the fact that when you find out, say, like if you
I
find
said
out,
it me and you there for 5 years and we have 2 kids, right?
yes.
And then I
after
come
the
to you and
fact-
come ask you, yes, I need a DNA for my child. Then
Of course, I'm gonna feel some type
that
of way.
me just some of them know where you just jump the gun and say.
I thought you meant like if this was to become a regular thing, I
Right.
don't have a problem with
Me
it.
not talk about the start. Me I talk about like after, like that. Me not talk like if you're in this situation.
May I feel some type of way, yes, but then within myself, if I know what I know,
It damage
fine.
relationship, you know. It damage relationship.
because you are assuming that the person is a cheater.
Right.
But
And
if
it's
you
a
did have your
dangerous
doubt,
stance.
if you did have doubt,
Yeah,
what
peop-
says the
no,
relationship then?
A lot of people have doubt and still not ask it. You see me?
But it depends on how the person accept it.
Right.
And how you go about doing whatever. Because I say, for instance, again, let me bring up the filing situation. Me the yard, me have the pitney, you the over here, and you go file for
And I
them.
think you're understanding. So that it'll come like if you hear somebody I said to you, say, yo, if you hear sus bout you, right? If you hear sus bout you, a beat around the bushes, you might be like, sure. But if your husband come to you indirect
And ask
with where
them,
your ear go around, then that me ask that is like it's not the same. It's not the same with the filing.
Me say, me that feel some type of way.
Right.
But being that, if you go question my virtue, that's what you question. You're questioning if me a cheater.
Right, base, but may I say you bring up the filing situation for justify that, and I'm saying with the filing part it's not a straight direct shot like if your husband come to you. That are just with the filing part where you bring up back at that, may I say.
But
Yeah.
you still could be husband and wife and be apart.
Yeah, overseas, but that's mandatory for travel overseas. So what we are talking about here is like the priority higher, you know. The DNA is not the priority at the filing, you know, because what higher is getting the child a foreign, which is the filing.
Yes, but if the DNA prove that it is not your child, then the priority
I hell am
squash.
powder house, man. I hell am powder house, yeah. That would have
It's the same thing.
mash up the whole thing.
Yeah, because then you not thinking that it could be a thing, and then when it come to the test and it's tested and proven,
Yeah.
you're gonna feel shitty about that.
Right.
Anybody like being how it is now, you are gonna feel shitty. But sometimes people can be like, okay then, fine, you ask street, see it there. But
Yeah.
when you get the results and it says that you are, then you are something for build back this so because you
right.
question my virtue, and then make a wonder why. Did you have examples of why you question that they aren't? If people look on people pitting and be like, oh, him not look like so and so,
Yeah.
him not look like whatever, so
Yeah,
hey,
Jamaican them drone.
if you not have nose, eyes or whatever, too light skin, too dark skin, whatever, yeah. So it's tricky.
All right, people. Thank you for making it to the end of this Torch podcast series. All right. Remember, go and comment on 3 or 5. What they say? 3 videos on our YouTube.
No, I think we said 5.
5 videos. 5 of our past videos. Or this one plus 4 more. And go and follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Good Vibes Only Podcast. And again,
send us a screenshot
send
of
us a screenshot of those. It will be 5 plus 2 will be 7. Or I'm not remember if I said 3 plus 2 and it will be 5 screenshot.
we'll have it in the description correctly.
Again, the logo up here, right? Like right here. This logo right there, so you go see it on with social media platform. So when you type it up, you go see it. You know, nice logo. What we'll get.
And if you maybe you can send our email is also on YouTube.
Yeah.
So
Our
that's
email
another
is
way
there.
of getting it to us. But yeah, we have a wonderful surprise. So
Yeah.
hit us up, let us know. And thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in. Guys, also, whenever we put out a blast and you see it on YouTube and you see it, just click the share button. Click it. Just
share
click
it.
Just share.
Watch it.
Watch it and
comment.
share it.
You know what? Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yeah.
We really appreciate to know.
Anytime when I get it, just click the share button. I know it's kind of odd. You know, I think it seems odd to take it and broadcast it back in your WhatsApp because you got to go in and select the contacts and so you know, just hit the share button, put it by your status. Hit the share button, put it by your Facebook.